This video, this is to improve this incident here. I have already identified the whole thing, and it's much more complicated than what I initially believed it would be. You're gonna do this, like that. Now, let me play you a clip. I have, just right now, I have video recorded from my niece's husband is still downstairs. Mother being extremely aggressive. This is the video, but before I started to video record this stuff, and she would not even move herself out of the way so that I could take a note of it, she was blocking me and really aggressive. It's all audio recorded. She tried to intimidate. She really is trying her best to intimidate. Physically, with the screaming. I am begging you to go away from me. Go away. I'm telling her I'm just going to document this. That's all. I asked her, what are you so aggressive about? If you listen the audio on the audio recording, this stuff is like a ambulance siren. It would go through your head, literally. She trained to use, I don't know, repeated to me so many times this stuff, to bust brain with a voice frequency, literally. Nasty, violent, imposing its authority through posing herself in front of it, and yeah, almost getting into my face physically. I asked her, what are you so aggressive? Take the phone, go away. I tell her, I just came here to document this. She said, yeah, okay, go away, go away. But important is what you don't hear here. I ask her, why are you so aggressive? And she says, because you're of no use. And leave the people that come here to help alone. The bottom line is, I do not approach anybody. Whoever comes here, I do not approach. She said, people who come here to help. I do not approach because the people whom my parents, both parents, have hired to do the work during what my father stated would be his stay at home for elderly people, were all involved in torture. And with what you see right there, it was exactly no difference. During MK Ultra, Mitya Weber Golob, that's a husband of my niece Urshka Weber, literally have a police assisting one police officer, a taller guy. I'm not sure if he was blonde or not, but this was taller than me guy, and he was like strong guy, and he started to push me in the area, in the middle of the garage, area. Why am I video recording this stuff? Well, because for many reasons. My father started to work not only once, but he started many different projects, including with a furnace. Projects known as imitation of the schizophrenia. The furnace that you see downstairs, they demonstrated in another house already as completed way before this furnace from father appeared inside of the house. I don't know if it was the same, but it more or less looked the same. And I did talk to you about the product testers involved in this case. Exactly the same was with canalization. In 2007, father started to work something behind the house. That's basically in this area right here. I was still in Slovenia. Might have been as well in 2008. I do not remember, because it's when I headed to United States then in 2008. Oh, this is right here, like this. Just like this. He was right here, and the next thing that happened was I offered one assistance. I said, do you want me to help you? First thing they had was, during MK Ultra, they discussed about it's the first time I went out, and I did go to the right place. They discussed about canalization, public canalization for the Krka village. Let me demonstrate you what that looks like. This was done everything. This stuff was all done during MK Ultra. Everything was done in MK Ultra. I am disconnected from the internet. All right, very nice. Thank you. Thank you. We continue. They disconnect. They do that stuff. Okay, so this is a city of the Novo Mesto right here. And then if I zoom myself like this, just straight like that, this would be our house here. And of course, behind our house right here, it says right there, Krka 2. No, this is not Krka 2. Krka 2 is on this side here. They deliberately have done this, just as they promised me. Therefore, the village is right there behind. Yeah, they did this stuff deliberately. It's you can tell that Sergei Mikhailovich, Larry Page were here. Okay. They are showing our house from behind instead. Just as I was tutored, is going to be right next to the dumpsters. What the Slovenian police was really proud about, to demonstrate like a dumpsters, like a trash, like a garbage. This is what I am, this is what we are. This was the main MK Ultra location, a torture location where all the village people here from this street and also from the village, they would come torture inside of their homes, and that's where they would gather. All these neighbors here. Our house right there, therefore Krka 1. Instead they are showing Krka 2. Krka 2. That's Krka 1 is right there. Our house. And then if I zoom myself out of this, look at that. All right. This is a Krka village right there. All right. So our house, you can see one right there. And they started to do canalization. They started to play with canalization. Everybody had what is known as greznica. Greznica, this is I am sure I'm going to get immediately a cesspool, or what is it? Cesspool, cesspit, sump, whatever. Sinkhole, whatever. Their own pool where you would, flush stuff, right? And so they discussed this issue sometimes since 2005. We were talking about here again Gregor Golobic, Robert Golob, Milan Kučan, the Happy Company, Vesela Droščina, with people from the village. Macedoni is a mayor of Novo Mesto city, always was present in this, and so are other local people, politicians, and so on. It would be about the public canalization for the whole, what became also known as a street, Krka, Ulica Krka. Street, city street, used to be before known, always we refer to one as a village, Krka. Or at least this is what they trained me. And that was a big dispute that goes to 1998 about the street and village. I did not even report about yet. It was nothing other than crime after crime after crime after crime. I would refer to as imitation of the schizophrenia through violence, through a lot of violence. That actually goes to before 98. It goes actually to maybe even 94, I'm not sure. Before I even left the United States, but they continue to stretch and stretch and stretch the issue of Krka village and Krka street. That's completely separate, but it was the same people, the same stuff, police from Novo Mesto involved in that, just like in this case here. So in this post right here, I stated, well, I cite myself here, some stupid stuff. I actually even took responsibility for not doing a work on myself, upon myself. I refer to, that the older man who came here to fix this stuff had 2 sons. The name I already recorded because I recorded the whole thing the mother had going on. Everything is recorded. So this guy I have never apparently even seen money in my life. So I already identified the people I have not seen in my life even. I am trying to vodoinstallateur. I don't really know. How actually to even say this. The term I would use for this type of project, the people that do this type of project. He came here and he evaluated this stuff, and what he did is just as you have seen right there from my niece's husband was doing right there. So I stated here very, very properly year 2007. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, I returned back in August of 2006, and they instigated with the shit since 2005, if not earlier, about this canalization. 2004, I would even say. 2003, I would even say Robert Golub, Gregor Golubic, Village already talk about this project. It's going to be about this project and so on, right? So in 2007 or maybe even 2008, I'm not really sure. I would say 2007, they brainwashed me before I returned back from the US on whether it's worth it for father to do this job or it's not worth it for father to do his job. And they presented me this issue as extremely expensive, financially wasteful, and I don't know, maybe father have seen himself in it. My father was subjected to the torture, to the MK Ultra torture, and so now I don't really know what exactly went on. I really do not know what exactly went on. Why he took this side and how my father was doing just like my mom, whatever police demanded from them to do. And also he was doing a lot on his own with mother, that both of them wanted to get rid of me per ASAP. Nobody really liked me. I can understand the father because of the stuff that was done to him. I can relate. I can really not, because I'm not this kind of person. Hold on. Let's turn the camera on here. All right, let's understand each other. This is trash. This is garbage. I do not relate to any one of you because you are garbage, you are trash, you are a human waste. You are fucking shit. You are fucking shit. Talking about my mother, my father, my entire family. You're not fucking people. You're fucking shit is what the fuck you are. But the person as I am, I see these things differently. And what I try to do is, as always, I try to help. It's my father and it's my mom, but she's not gonna get away with it. She's not gonna get away with it. Because regardless of what was done to me, regardless where I ended, how I ended, this is my father. And yes, he was tortured. He was subjected to MK Ultra. And yes, you don't have the right to torture. And yes, he didn't have the reason to fear for his life. This man was tortured. This man was confined to bed at home for elderly people. So, no, I would not do any of that stuff. I would not even think about it. But my father was always mentally, physically weakest person I known for. Maybe Donald Trump was even weaker, I don't know. But this is about that same fucking character, basically easy come, easy go. Just leave me alone, you know. Little here, little there, basically. These are not the people that would be accountable, responsible for their life, and move through their life as real people. These are just the people that were surrounded by the politicians, by the psychiatrists, by the police. Yeah, and honest to God, difficult. I don't know. I really do not know what would it be like if we would start as a family to claim that this kind of stuff goes on. If as a family we would start to claim, we probably would win, but the family was completely decimated, broken, destroyed. Me personally, I presented for my father death. I presented a death sentence for him. This is the way it was. There's another video I'm going to release. It's going to be related to the trees in the yard. It's going to be related to other issues I talked about. And the way police did this stuff is they turned one against another, literally on a knife. Literally, they wanted to create a bloodshed within the family. This was the atmosphere inside of this house. Everybody was prisoner of somebody. And, you know, as a head of the family, you're always responsible for it all. And I must say my father was extremely violent, together with my mother, extremely psychologically and physically violent individuals. It's not the children that are responsible for it. It's always the parents, and the most responsible for it, definitely, that's a head of the family. That's always a parent, a father. Still, this is my father. And I am not going to attempt to resolve how much fault did he have in it, because my job is to get him out of there, bring him home, rehabilitate him, and have him fish again, have him do the stuff like normal people do. Contrary to my father, I am pivoted, I don't know, directed toward assisting my family members for the cost of my own life. This is just the way I am. It's my family, you don't fuck with my family. When you fuck with my family, you fuck with your own children, grandchildren, your own fucking DNA. That's what the fuck you do. When you play with my family, you should understand the same is going to happen to you. And because I will not stop till the same is going to happen to you. I believe in vendetta. I believe in a blood oath. I believe in a vengeance. I believe in teeth for teeth. I believe that blood must be avenged with the blood. And the relatives of those who do this, if the family genocide, the whole family is involved in it, they must pay the price for it. I don't give a fuck about your Christ, and I don't give a fuck about the laws you are using to make fun out of them. You're using to do genocide, extermination. I don't care about it. All I know is it's my family, and when it comes to my family, the main thing is to get to this stuff to the bottom and do to enemies worse than it was done to me. That's the only way I know. I never know about any other stuff. I never learn about any other stuff because I'm not interested in learning about the money. I'm not interested in learning about other possibilities. I'm not interested in learning any kind of alternative. I'm interested in enforcing the law. You don't want to enforce the law. I have to find a way to enforce the law. That's what the fuck I have to do. Through the legal means, if your organization, your government, whatever is so strong, the mightiest, the biggest, whatever it is, there must be another government, there must be another institution that is bigger, stronger than yours, where I can deliver you to, where you can be judged upon, trialed, and then also have your family probed for the crimes. That's why. I don't believe that you will grow in my place. You understand? And my family members are sacred to me. They're saints for me in a sense of family members. You have a problem, there is a law, there is protocol, police. I don't object to. If a family member does something wrong, I first will be the one who's going to fuck with him. Make sure that the law follows through and that he gets whatever he deserves. But you in a police uniform, or as a judge, or as a psychiatrist, or as a politician you think you are, you're in no position to violate the law. You're in no position to impose extermination, genocide against my family members. Before myself, I will defend my family members. This is who I am. So I just wanted to introduce myself. I do believe in a justice, teeth for teeth. I know that I will live for a vengeance in this case. Not to handshake and say okay or whatever. Not to take the money for it. Till I get my justice done, I want the justice. I don't want anything else. I'm not interested in any other options. There was a lot of options they offered, all kinds of stuff. I'm not interested. Guess what? I'm not interested. If this family is going to go down, I will be proud to go down. I'm not going to say along with it, but I'm going to be proud to fulfill my human legacy. I'm going to be proud to fulfill purpose to this life. This is the purpose to the life, is to protect your family and to ensure that your progeny, they're being taken care of so they can continue your legacy, basically. Which at age 53, thanks to you scum, I still did not have. So, this is what this case is all about. You're in no position to treat people, to extort, to do stuff like this to absolutely anybody. Even if it's a drunk, even if it's a criminal, even if it's I don't know who the fuck it is. You don't have any kind of legal authority to drug people up and subject them to the brainwash to MK Ultra. And in this case, you went straight into the family and you did exactly what is known as genocide. You genocided, I'm not going to say entire family, because they have agreements with you. But from my point of perspective, from my point of view, this is exactly what we are doing. Why I'm explaining you what you have done to me in my life. It doesn't even have to be my family. This is what you have done. This is, we go through your trail, basically. We go through the trail of crimes you continue to enforce. We go through your violence, basically, to accommodate you. That's what we are doing. We're walking in your shoes now. We continue to walk in these shoes that you created, that you enforce. Through no right to employment, through no right to income of any kind, basically through the prison on open, and through the psychiatry, Finally, after 39 years of torture through psychiatry, that's what we are doing. So these people here, they created a mental game with one another. The man that you see below, the man that you see downstairs, the husband from my niece, a doctor with a doctoratum, with everything, he started to blame me that I turned back to my father, that I did not want to assist my father. My father did something very dirty in 2007. He started to do work over there in the back of the house and made me come to him. And when I offered him help and stated it's going to be for the canalization, I did not express interest in learning about what others have inside of the village. But after he, just as he used to do with everything, have told me off, he doesn't want my help, he doesn't want my help. The man that you see downstairs was the man during MK Ultra, the husband of my niece, who insisted that I did not even want to help my father with the work. And next to him, it was a man who came to evaluate the damage that was done. And it's a question if my father was the one who did wrong anything about this. That's another issue, because there was all kinds of people that watched this, all kinds of people, neighbor Peterlin, Berger, people all over there behind Kotar that participated while watching father. I don't know, my father went sleep at night, and these people, they would help my parents literally water the garden at night. So my father could have done absolutely everything correct, everything right, but nobody is fucking have a possibility, if he was digging the ground and stuff, having that stuff undigged. And actually Nurse Yanko advertised this stuff. Nurse Yanko was the one who advertised this stuff during MK Ultra. I don't know if this is true or it's more schizophrenia, but Nurse Yanko advertised with Robert Golob that they did dig hole at nighttime when parents slept, and I don't know, that they did something in the area toward Peterlin, whatever they did. This was the thing. They bring me behind the house and they started to insist me that the parents are sleeping and so on. They did have shovels and so on, and they were doing the stuff. Whatever the hell they were doing for real or they were not doing for real, I cannot say. I cannot say. This is MK Ultra, and the people in control do have a control to do with you, make you see whatever you don't have to see. You should utilize the logic. But even if you do not utilize the logic, if you are subjected to MK Ultra, you are subjected to that torture. And this is the question for United Nations, for Antonio Guterres. What the fuck are you waiting for, man? This is the issue of life and death. This is the issue of human lives. It is located in Slovenia, and Slovenia is a member of the European Union and of United Nations. If the person is subjected to MK Ultra and states that he saw something they were doing that not necessarily might have been done, well, that's a proof that he was tortured, and torture is just torture. We are not going to be arguing about the right and correct anymore here about it, but we are arguing here about whether the torture was or the torture was not. Antonio Guterres of United Nations, you are responsible for this stuff. I am 53 years old. You wasted me 53 years. My father is 93 years old. He is over there at home for elderly people and suffers because of your United Nations. I'm not here to argue anymore whether it was or it was not. This is about what was done to me to see things that might not necessarily exist, and also about what was done to me that had the most severe impact on my health. And I do not understand I do not understand or will try to ever understand what the fuck you have to say about it, how you see what you think is normal or not. So, they wanted me to see whatever I told you about this, and the year probably was about after I left the United States in 2008. At the same time, I was even warned during MK Ultra, they also video recorded themselves. That father also that explained to me during MK Ultra that it was not, you see what kind of stuff this is? That this project was not done yet till whatever. But at the same time, look at me. I came to the internet and I stated on this post right here that I was the one that did not assist the father. You see this shit here? You see this shit here? This old man who came here apparently to inspect this stuff, he had both sons study. Yet both sons jumped on me together with the father, with people who come here to fix the trees. Trim the trees like this husband from my niece came, all involved in torture. They too jumped on me and they started to point the finger at me that I'm no good, that I not help the father, and they started to drag this issue into upon my return from Poland, Sweden and Norway in 2010, which in 2010, when I was delivered from Norway, Sweden, Germany, also back here at home, so they could continue the imitation of the schizophrenia. All these events intermixing, intersecting now, and into their own version about at that time, I guess. What the fuck are you gonna say? Oh no, that you were back then. In fact, you were in what? In Germany, or you were in Sweden, or whatever the fuck. You see what the fuck I'm talking about, Antonio Guterres. This shit goes on because of you. This shit goes on because you equal what you believe should be the sound judgment. At the same time, you demand that I go back in time and identify people and locations and people and events and so on and so forth. Do you see what the fuck you're doing? I mean, you're not doing me any good. That's for one thing. I'm wasting time. More time is wasted because of you. Lives are jeopardized. My health is further jeopardized because of you. You're not doing anybody any fucking good. I will not even touch the European Court for Human Rights in Strasbourg. Maybe European Commissioner Ursula von der Leyen. How about that? You'll find a lot of that on my blogs. I wouldn't touch it because it makes no sense to talk about U.S. Justice Department of State. That's how far we got with this stuff. And so, when I feel I'm even guilty, and this shit did not happen the first time, on the blog I blame myself for other issues because it was such a violent brainwash that they make me see myself as guilty actually in some cases. That I not help, in this case, to the father doing the stuff and so on. But at the same time, they video record themselves, and you don't have nothing good, nothing bad, man. What the fuck are drugs? What are drugs? Drugs are a joke. Drugging up people, hijacking, trafficking people. What the fuck is it? Waste somebody 53 years of life and his health. From A to Z. It's a joke, right? It's a joke. That's how you get paid. That's your money. That's your income. Then you have to tell over there, United Nations, how you make money. Where your money comes from. At Strasbourg, in Brussels, how you make money through your European Court for Human Rights. What you get paid for as a European Union Commissioner or at U.S. Justice Department of State. You have to explain people what the fuck you do. What kind of job you do. Why you get paid so well. So that people can understand what kind of society the fuck this democracy is. Honestly, I don't even know when the fuck this stuff was done because of what I stated. Because Father lied about when he started this project, recorded himself, even gestured me that it was not exactly then, but that I should not say what I have seen with my fucking eyes and had argument with him as a project of the village. You see how fucked up this is? It wouldn't even be as bad if Father would not use this excuse to insist me during MK Ultra that one of the reasons, so therefore he continued with his stuff prior to the psychiatric hospitalization, started to argue with Gregor Golovich in 2010, and I think this was done in 2010. That's what I think. That this was done in this shit was done in 2008. I think this was done in 2008 because in 2009 or 2008 because it was warm when they had me outside. It felt like a summer night when they had me right here in the back of the house toward Peterlin, and they suggested me talking about the nurse Yanko and Golovich, and they had other people who assisted them with the work at night, insisting me that God knows where the Father was, if he was even inside of his bed. You know, he might have been right there. They might have him inside a home for elderly people. Who knows? I am demented cretin who should actually go and thank Denise's husband instead and go and help him. Ask him if I can help him. My father used with the Gregor Golovich in 2010 this crime to blame me. Yes, I don't want to bother my mom. We don't want to do that stuff. We don't want to do that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna move like this to the room. Jaz tak ne morem pomagati. Krego se pa s sabo tudi ne bom. Samo se sabo se krege, če se vidiš. Očitno, da ta igra za vaša šizofrenijo ne ratuje. It looks to me, as I told my mom, I told her, it looks that your imitation of the schizophrenia doesn't work. So what can I say? I am just going to connect the computer and we're going to go from here. So he started to play with Gregor Golovich and started to play with having Gregor Golovich literally point back at Father. Father started to insist that I didn't want to help him. I was evil. That it was because of me that he decided to make this project. That I was the one who advised him. And my father asked me. This is another proof, because on March 2008 is when I left the United States of America. So in the March 2008, if this project still was not started, in that case, since I gave my father a verbal approval for what he started to do in the back of the house, that's basically digging, whatever the fuck he was digging, and I came to help him, offer him a help, that means that this man did absolutely everything possible to portray me as a schizophrenic. This is the stuff you don't do to your family members, right? That kind of stuff you don't fucking do. You don't fucking go and kill your own son. What the fuck is this? Other than attempt to murder somebody. So he continued to build on those lies, gesturing that I did not help him out, that I was no good, and in the end, just as during MK Ultra, I advised one, they started to talk about this in 2003, about this Comunala project, even earlier, that it would be Comunala. Comunala means comuna, means shared for the village people. It was a public company who did the work, and father didn't want to pay 1,000 euros to get this job done. He wanted to do it by himself to save the money, because he figured out, and he figured out correctly, that this was just too expensive. So now father started to blame me during MK Ultra and is fortifying even what was previously my approval, and offered him to help him into a complete madness with Robert Golobic, blaming me for making such a wrong decision, because it would be a public company that would do this, they would be held responsible for it. Therefore, he would not have to cover his own expenses. Apparently, he realized that it was not done very well. The job was not done completely. So Robert Golobic tells him, the man right here, he goes and tells him, he says to him, this shit all go under MK Ultra. This one here goes, and he tells, oh my god, they don't even show the Bujo anymore. Oh, it's here. There you go. There you go. Let's give this one. He goes and tells, oh, this is such a goof. He goes and tells father, start to scream at him that he is against it. At that time, father has a huge support. It's like you go to the fucking no, I'm not gonna say to the cinema, but as if you go to the public, you go to, again, I don't even know how to say, to a play. They say play this in English language, and you have people acting in front of you, like almost like on an opera, and all kinds of plots and stuff like that. And he goes, I don't watch that stuff. Somebody's not going to get some crazy idea that he goes and he tells, with big support of people that father already had. Father had people expressing support for one. A complete schizophrenia. Total shiza through the violence. Igor Juršić, director Novo Mesto police. Andrej Štefanić, all the police officers giving father a green light. Whoa, he did not help you. And all of a sudden, a saint, Robert Golob, well, you cannot blame him for everything in this and that. You cannot blame him for everything. He started this actually even in 2009 they started. And in 2010 they continued to build on this moment. All during MK Ultra. Gregor Golobic demanded from me to see one actually as a saint. To see one as my savior, that he sided with me, that he protected me. He was using the issue to step to the father and, defend me during MK Ultra. So what the fuck you do with the shit like this, with the human dung like this? One is bigger dung than the other. And they're looking for the proof of the schizophrenia. And the proof they continue to look because at United Nations, at EU court, whatever, everywhere, they don't want to do the job. They don't feel like doing job. They feel like sleeping over, collect more money, instead get paid basically to not do the job. Year 2011, 2012, bam, I am dumped. Before I get dumped, 2012, I'm thrown into the psychiatric hospital. Before that, one of the issues, my father gets in the face and tells me, That's it. We're done with you, and so on and so forth. One of the main reasons why I'm going to throw you into the psychiatric hospital is because you did not come and help me with the work behind the house, and it's because you gave me also advice for to do it myself. You give me the wrong advice. What I can tell you is exactly the stuff I have written. Father had nothing to do with this. It doesn't take genius to understand that he was basically repeating whatever he was told by psychiatrists, cops, by the Novo Mesto police, that he solely was a toy, a human toy in the hands of Slovenian police, who did with him whatever the fuck they were pleased, and in between they were also turning him into the real schizophrenic through the real-time torture which was taking place at home for elderly people. Well, he also was used to drive me insane during MK Ultra sessions. I was always delivered to him, and also for torture purposes. So what the fuck are the chances now that you would not... Am I responsible here for literally now walking around with a booklet where I would be writing down everything about... I mean, look at me, man, motherfuckers. I was thrown all over the place like a rat. Did you read the fucking card, the business card that I have? I have requests of political asylum in a dozen other countries. I was dumped in the Slovenian psychiatric hospital on 2 occasions, even proclaimed as normal in the Belarus. Did you fucking see my resume, what the fuck my resume looks like? Something that you started when I was 3 months of age under Josip Broz Tito in Yugoslavia, and you continue to push forward, looking, doing your best. In the case of my niece's husband that you have seen today, he was not looking. He didn't come here to do the stuff for the father. This is a bastard. This is a murderous bastard. I remember now everything what happened. Now you're fucked. He came here, as I mentioned earlier, he had a police. The same shit, the same issue as when he placed the hands on my shoulders over there for checking on a car battery based on MK Ultra brainwash. I had to make sure that it was not my battery from my car that was taken away. The same shit. If it was for MK Ultra, he and I would even have now a physical confrontation downstairs. We already would have had police prepared to intervene. Now there is much worse than this. The worst part about it is, this one I'm going to finish on a terrace. My mom said that I am a dunk for not coming and helping the real dunk with the work. It's called the work, and that's a work. That's why my mom was so aggressive, basically. All this stuff is really aggressive. This is what they were looking for. It's like this. I'm going to explain to you. Where Janko had me was right there. I had to hold this computer firmly. See the tree? Like that. Exactly in that area. Even higher up there. Right where you see those plants right there, that's where they had me. It was exactly Gregor Golobic, it was exactly Robert Golob, it was exactly psychiatrist Peter Kapsch, it was exactly police investigators, who however had the man that you have seen. That's from my niece's husband, Mitja Weber. He's a professor. This guy is a professor at the local school at the SŠT ZU Novo Mesto, and they have him, me next to him, next to them, and they pointed me, asking him, you will remember where to dig. You will remember where to dig, right? You will remember where to dig. And they demonstrated him right here, right there. So they did something deliberately. My father did the job the way it's supposed to do the job. I'm gonna say thanks to him. Thank you. And they believed even I'm gonna take responsibility for myself, get involved in a physical confrontation with him. This is the way it was. I'm a mentally ill man, is what my mom says. Yeah, I am, sure. They did have this husband from my niece here, right where he digged the hole. Police investigation will demonstrate that this is the way it was, and pointing him in front of me, telling him dig here. So my father did a really good job. I also saw it right now. It looks very good to me. He did exactly whatever he's supposed to. And when they told me that they were digging up there where you saw that thing, I know they were playing with the schizophrenia, but I also learned today and resolved the issue that it was in fact Novo Mesto police who did this stuff. So, even in the name of this stuff, I was told by my father, was dumped into the psychiatric hospital. So, it's quite a big deal. Every one of this is quite a big deal. Every one of this would result in a long-term imprisonment for the people who were involved in this. This shit did not stop. This shit continued to go on. Gregor Golovich, my mother, my mama, the man I told you that they called him like in 2013. Well, what happened? What happened? It's wet. It's wet. The door is wet. The door is wet. Yeah, the door is wet. Yes. The door is wet. Oh, what happened? What happened? That is wet. Not in there. What happened? Oh, what happened? No, that's not because of rain. It's raining outside, but this stuff here always was humid like this. I don't even pay attention to this stuff here. I did not pay attention to any of this stuff here. I didn't pay any attention to this stuff here. But they delivered me here and they started to point me out. The maestro is right here, he came. So, tep so takrat pred mano povedali, da kopli tam. Ti si vedel, da foter je naredil vse tako, kot je bilo potrebno narediti. Tisti, ki je pa naredil to stvar, so bili pa drugi ljudje. Ti si bil pa zraven, lej, pred mano so ti povedali, da kopli tam. Kaj? Če pa te pomagati, bi sam naredil, pa tako pa z gobcem otresaš. Točno tako, točno tako. Veš, zakaj imam jaz gobec? Zato, da dela, zato, da puca, take, ko si ti. Zato, da čist. Zato, da čist. So they started to talk about that this stuff here is wet. I told him right now, I was right there with you. Right next to you when they told you where to dig. They told him to dig sometimes in 2000 and...
I told him that she would rather dig himself than just talking.
Yeah. He said that I should rather dig myself than just talking. Yeah, that's the only thing I do is I do talking.
Yes.
He was talking about this all these years. If you remember the incident we had on the garden, it was something like this, something similar, but not quite. But he also tried that stuff. So they kept coming back and they started to demonstrate about how this stuff is wet here, and came up with the idea to talking about the old man, talking about this guy here. He came here with two sons. Yeah, okay. Came here with the two sons to give the estimation of the costs. And again, the shit was done in my face. Right in front of me. Right in front of me. He did this stuff right in front of me, gesturing that it would cost about, I don't know, 800 euros. And 1,000 euros, and I don't know what the fuck it would be, or it would only cost, I don't know, 400 euros. So you can imagine the work, a big work, the husband from my niece is doing is a really, 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 really big work. He is saving, after all, to my mom right now, hundreds of dollars. And my father, I'm sure he's going to be very happy to have saved, to have such a great, it's not a son-in-law, it's from his granddaughter husband, such a great man in the family. This shit is what this stuff is. People who knew about this also were from United States. One of them was, oh, his name is Aaron. Aaron the... Shit, I cannot recall this name. I mean the profession right there, and that's not good. Yeah, I did lose the connection now because I did go out, that's for sure. The plumber, damn! It did not get to me. Everybody learn about this shit. But I pointed out exactly what the hell this shit was all about. He was involved in this stuff. Also was involved in this stuff. Everybody learned about this shit, about this kind of problem. Well, the problem is solved. The one who did this shit was a police. Psychiatrist Peter Kopp, should be completely precise about it, with Novo Mesto investigators, was standing right next to me and was giving a verbal instructions to the man who was so kind. He said to you, hello. Right there you have seen. That's all there is. Thank you for this video. What I will do is I'm going to play you one more time. I'm not going to say I'm not getting myself arrested. I do the talk. So before you start doing the work, it's very, very important that you clean everything, before you start cleaning the house. If there is proofs inside of one, it's important to clean the trash out in around the house. Then you start to do your stuff, basically. It's always a matter of priorities. Remember, matter of priorities. They saw the matter of priorities in ability to drive one crazy. But you don't drive me so very easily crazy. It's not so easy. It's not such an easy job to do that.
Kaj sem naredil, mi povej? Nič dobrega. Nič. Kaj se pa zdelaš name? Danes smo še nisi videla. Pa mi je prav vse eno, da vidim, ali ne. Okej? Ja. Okej? Ja. Okej? Ja. Okej. Še kaj drugega je? Ne.
So, that's all there was for this video. I think I actually pointed out absolutely everything. The man that you have seen, he even stated all kinds of stuff. We'll be washing behind the doors and so on and intervene. I'm going to have problems with the mama and stuff like this. Police was involved from Novo Mesto police station. The guy was pushing me during MK Ultra, Novo Mesto police officer. Oh yeah. And why am I fucking doing this? So he's gonna explain through the lie detector everything about what he did not do is why. He also gestured me, shit, I'm gonna have to lose some time again and I will do the work. I will, it's gonna be one day, it's gonna be lost, something like that. Shit. Just make sure that you're not around, that you don't bother me and so on. This is the way it was during MK Ultra, so. The stuff that you have seen here, this stuff that I posted here, I am not going to go and fix this stuff because this stuff is really good. Most of it is the way it was, with exception of timing. I corrected the timing and well, I completely resolved the whole thing on my own, by myself basically. Just to put you plain and simple, right now, what I stated to you for the man that you have seen, we will have nothing else to say other than this is the way it was. Well, whenever I confronted Milan Kuchan, whenever I confronted Robert Golop and all these people, including the man here that you see, is also another thing he's gonna have to explain. They always told me it's a simple thing, the investigation never will take the place. Well, I am still here, so I figure out based on what they have stated me, the investigation will take place. Oh, they were sure I'm not going to be on the picture anymore. Long ago. Date and time, this is it. Here is to the New York. And to the Novo Mesto city. Well, because this was a video that police does not like. They don't like that at Robert Golubic. They don't like that. I'm gonna say to you, thanks for watching this video. Till next time. Psychiatrist Peter Kapsch did not like my till next time. He did not like that stuff at all. Well, I think in between, between us, he got used to it. He got used to eat shit.